That is the soundbar quickly. Instruction book and accessories pack. And a subwoofer. That's the subwoofer from the top, side, the front. Front's got a sort of cloth grille. See the woofer almost through the grille. Underneath, some rubber pads to stop it slipping about and marking surfaces. On the back, we've got the AC in, or figure 8 mains input, woofer port there, and a powering button. It should be pre-paired to the soundbar, but if it loses the powering to it, you can repair it there. Quick look at the soundbar close-up. You can see we've got the buttons at the top. It's got the power, input or source select, volume up and down, and Bluetooth pairing button. Also an upward firing speaker there, so it's a 3.1.1 soundbar. So we've got a centre, front left and front right channel. Point 1 being that upward firing speaker, and the other point 1 being the subwoofer. Accessories pack first. In here, 2 figure 8 mains leads, straight connection, UK mains plug. We've got one for the soundbar, one for the subwoofer. AA batteries for the remote. Some wall mount brackets, and I'll put a link up there somewhere wherever it goes. It's same thing, how to wall mount soundbar. I've done it with a Samsung one, but it's the same principle on this. I'll have a quick look anyway. 2 brackets there. We attach them to the wall through these holes, here and here. Soundbar sits on top of here in those indentations on the bottom of the soundbar, and you've got 2 screws in the pack, 2 tiny M4 screws just to secure the bar. And to position those, just have a quick look in this pack. You get a paper template with it. So it tells you TV bottom line, it tells you where to put the soundbar at the top, so you've got a gap for that upward firing speaker. Suggests a 100mm gap between them so the TV's not interfering. Depends on your TV. If your TV's not sticking out that much above the speaker, it probably doesn't really make a difference. But you mark your centre line, where you want the centre of the soundbar, where you want the top of your soundbar, and then those are the positions for your brackets. So you mark out your holes where the brackets are. Obviously use the appropriate fixings, whether it's plasterboard or brick. Screw those to the wall, they act like a little shelf, sit the soundbar on it, secure it with the screws through it. It includes an HDMI lead, which is pretty cool, standard HDMI, and a remote control as well. And it's the same shape as the Magic Remote, like a baby Magic Remote. Okay, looking at the remote close up, on and off button, volume up and down button, mute button, input or function button, Bluetooth pairing button, that's your music modes button, then you've got your cursor arrows left, right, up, down and enter. Then we've got your levels button to do the different levels, and the settings button. Flip it over, bit of pressure on the back, AA batteries into the back there. Let's turn it that way. That is it from the back. You can see we've got the AC in, and while we're looking at it, I may as well zoom in on the connections. And looking closely at the connections there, you've got a HDMI in or loop through, so you could plug a Blu-ray player into the soundbar, have it come out the other HDMI port to the TV. This port is also EARC, so that's Enhanced Audio Return Channel, connected up to your TV using a HDMI cable on the ARC port on the TV. Turn the TV on, it will turn the soundbar on. Do the volume on the TV, it will control the volume on the soundbar. Turn the TV off, turns the soundbar off. So you only then need to use the TV remote to control the soundbar, and it's automatic with the TV. Also, you've got a 5V USB socket there. You could use it for software updates or playing music. And you've got digital optical in, which is a bit of an old connection now. Okay, looking at it underneath, We've got some holes there for mounting the soundbar brackets. Also, little rubber pads dotted around, stop it sliding about, marking any surfaces. And that is it from the front. Onto the dimensions. And the width, 95 centimeters or 37 5/8 of an inch. Depth, say 11 1/4 centimeters or 4 3/8 of an inch. And the height, 6 1/4 centimeters, maybe 62 millimeters to be precise, or 2 3/8 of an inch. Okay, dimensions of the subwoofer. Depth at its deepest part, 28 1/4 centimeters or 11 1/8 of an inch. Width, 20 centimeters or 7 7/8 of an inch. And the height, 37.5 centimeters or 14 3/4 inches. I'll show how to connect the soundbar. Soundbar's turned over just so I can show how it's connected. This HDMI lead is connected to the TV EARC port above it. So EARC port here. Pop the HDMI in the right way around. AC or mains in that side. I'll flip it over. That's now flashing. The subwoofer, just one connection to it, and that's the AC or mains into that. No lights on the back. Okay, but we can see on the front, I don't know if it shows up, we've got a green light there, so that's turned on compared to the soundbar. Everything's now connected, OLED C5 above, going to turn it on.
Area in the world, or also that if they sign on to the credentialing, they're not going to try to get soldiers to break the law by giving classified information. So it's common sense stuff, Mr. President. We're trying to make sure national security is respected, and we're proud of the policy.
That's Secretary of War Pete Hegseth there. Well, this has unsurprisingly prompted a big reaction from those outlets. The move and the changes is long. It includes, amongst others, CNN, CBS, the New York Times, the Washington Post and more. And there are even several conservative outlets who are on the list, including Newsmax and Fox News. Fox, of course, is where Pete Hegseth used to work.
Well, there's only one outlet that has so far agreed to sign up to this, and that is the conservative cable channel One America News. Now, I mentioned we were keeping an eye on that ceremony at the White House. You can see there President Trump has just come out and is at the podium, so we might have a little listen into what he's saying.
Presidential Walk of Fame, which you just saw, and it just opened, and we wanted to get it open for this occasion. We were hoping we were able to get outside, and the weather allowed us to. It was supposed to be a terrible rainy day, I was telling Eric, and God was watching, and he didn't want that for Charlie. He just didn't want that. So that's really beautiful.
Okay, credit to Ubisoft for this one. It's Star Wars Outlaws, official world premiere trailer.
The Empire? They're everywhere. But the world here belongs to the syndicates. If I want to survive, I have to play their game. Looks like I'm all in.
She's in here somewhere.
On second thought, I'm out.
There she is.
I've been held back my whole life. And now, I just need a chance to finally be free. Wherever that takes me.
I'm here to offer you a way out, okay?
Get off my ship, Jalen.
Give me a chance. You're gonna have to trust me. It'll be dangerous, risky. But if you pull this off, you'll never look over your shoulder again.
The underworld shows no mercy. But it's a big galaxy out there, and I'm gonna risk it all.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
Cool, credit to Ubisoft again for that one. Okay, bit of music to test it out.
Dolby. Standard.
That's standard.
Standard. Clear Voice Pro. Sports. Music. Music. Game. Bass Blast. AI Sound Pro.
AI Sound Pro should look at the content you're using and optimize the sound accordingly to get the best out of it. So at the moment in the UK, these are $599. If you buy it, I know with the LG OLED C5, it's half price, so $299, which seems a bargain. I thought it was really good. I was surprised with the sound that came out of it, because it doesn't look like a massive unit. It doesn't look like it has that many speakers, but it had crisp, clear sound, punchy bass, decent mid-range. It had a good sort of full range. Didn't seem like any frequencies were really missing. So all in all, if you get that for $299, it is a steal. And that is all for now.